Good morning, my lovely crafters, crafty family like I like to call you, and welcome all guests to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. We have today really amazing unboxing from ENJOYSELLS, and I have in here 4 canvases and one little tool that I always was interested to see the quality of this, and so far what I see from the packaging looks pretty much amazing to me. So yes, I like to keep this secret till we open, so that's why all my canvases kind of flip upside down. We will see one by one, and we will start with this very cute tool for your needles. They have a two different kind, I believe. They have, oh, that's actually really sturdy. They have like a flower fabric, I think, created as a petals of the flowers, and I choose to have just a regular with the fabric. It's like a double fabric with the lace in the middle. And this base in here, I'm really surprised. Very well made, very sleek, and no sharp edges. Of course, in here on the bottom I have just the grain of the wood, but that's the wood, nothing you can do with it. But there's no hole in here. Now look at this, how beautiful it's made in here. All the way around, nothing is sticking out, absolutely smooth surface. And this cushion, if I can show you from the side way, it's very firm, and I'm pushing hard on both sides. Very nice made all the way in here. I will try to show you as close as possible, because the quality, I think, of this little tools is really amazing. And of course, beautiful lace in the middle. So now when you are cross stitching or you like to sew, you can stitch your needles in here. I mean, you can stick your needles in here, or pin needles for marking your sorry, tripping over my own words. For the marking of the like canvas, if you try to work on counted cross stitch and you have to use your pins. So this will be awesome cushion to have. So I'm really happy, and it is very good quality. So I don't know if the other one same quality and the same size or not, but this is pretty much size, very tiny, but very cute. Let's call it cute, because it is cute. And by the way, talking about cross stitching now, I do have some little bit progress on my cross stitch of the ship. Remember, I already stitched in one from ENJOYSELLS canvas with the beautiful ship on the ocean or in the sea. So I did some stitching this weekend while I was camping. So in my very near future, I will show you some progress. All right. Now this canvas, I was hoping this will be a Joy Sunday. Well, when I was ordering, I thought this is 100% will be Joy Sunday. But to my surprise, it's not, and it's actually Romantic Story. It's another brand that I really like. So I don't mind a bit, because I know sometimes Romantic Story has even extra stitching, different type. Usually, sometimes could be even better than Joy Sunday. It's a little bit more difficult to stitch because of the symbols. But I don't know. Let's see this one, how this look like, and we will see if it's any good or not. So this canvas is 11 count. I see it. They never kind of mark in here which count in here, but you definitely can see this on a website itself, because in here they should be kind of like a marked right in the square that it is 11 count that we have. But I'm sure when you order, you know what you order, because the count stayed on the website. They never state what kind, like what kind of brand that would be. Joy Sunday, No Name, or Romantic Story. So I do have very similar, you might will recognize something, but it is different. Very similar but different roses. And I really love the way the shading in here. If I can show you very close, I love the way roses have a shading underneath. My other canvas that I have similarity of the roses laying like this. It's almost like a roses hanging on the air, and this one is beautiful. I love the shading of the colors. I love those cute little buds up there. Leaves looks amazing to me here, and we should have some back stitching as I look right now. So let's see what kind of stitching we have in here. What kind of stitches? Okay, so we have, there you go, that's what I'm saying. It is have a blends in here, and that's what I love. Romantic Story are pretty good on different kind of stitching that will create much better quality of the canvas. So we have some in here as well. So let's see, full stitch and full stitch from 1 to 11, from 12 to 21. And so it's 21 colors in full stitch. Now mixed stitch, which we like to call blend, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different blends. Then we have a back stitch, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. Then we have a half stitch blend. Oh, we have a, wow, a half stitch blend, 2 threads of each, so you will stitch in 4. Unless this, oh, this is maybe, oh, no, never mind, this is symbol, because when I was looking in here, I see, where is that, right in here too. I thought first we have to have a 2 threads of each color, but no, it is a symbol on the canvas up there. So that's a half stitch as a shading under the flowers. So we have 2 blends in half stitch, and also we have a half stitch in regular 2 colors. So as you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stitching we need to create in this beauty. So I really love this one, and I always hope that it would be like, if I pick in cross stitch canvases, I always hope that that would be Joy Sunday or Romantic Story, or the other Asian brand called Spring, but no brands. Oh my god, I'm so afraid to even get them, and I hope I will never get them. But that's the problem, they do not have on a website what kind of brand that is. So here it is, our, ooh, that's a big excess of the fabric in here. And we have in here like a good 5 centimeters, I think even more, which is really good to work on a frame. You have good excess in here, and then from same side in here and in here, so it's like around probably 5 or even 6 centimeters. I should bring my measuring tape with me. And I already spot in here 2 needles we have in here on the back, big eye silver one. 11 count Ada print, very nice in here. Now what I said about and I'm showing you upside down actually image, hold on. Now why I say this is a little bit more difficult to stitch than Joy Sunday, it's because of the symbols, the way they print. Well, for example, in here, whatever that is, can't see back stitch. So in here is a back stitch, and look those colors. They are very dark, so between, for example, this color and this color on a canvas, they will look almost like identical. So let me see where, well, it's actually, yeah, back stitch, maybe you will recognize. Where is the booklet? Okay, where is the booklet? So in here is the booklet. So back stitch you will have to follow in here, not in here, because it will be different colors. As you already know, that usually symbols in here has more symbols. On the canvas it's more as a colors blocks. So sometimes when you find that it's difficult for you to see the color, if it's very similarity of the shades, always go to your printed canvas and just find that spot where you stitch in and just see what kind of DMC code that is. Then you can refer yourself to the DMC code on the bottom of the canvas. So that's the way I work with the romantic story, but I'm stitching already one of the romantic story. Remember the beautiful Asian vase with flowers? They have a gold stitches up there, gold threads. Oh, love it. Lots of blend up there. I did not actually touch that canvas for a while. I should go back and stitch a little bit. But this is going to be beautiful. And then if you want, if you have something little tiny project, you know what you can do? You can definitely cut all this part. It's like a, well, with the borders in here, you have a big chunk like from here to here. You can even stitch in here little tiny pins, decorations, little border maybe for something, for some kind of 3D project. So like that's a big chunk of fabric that you can still use. Even you can cut later even more, depends how you frame in this one. So yeah, that's excellent. I love it. So now let's see what kind of threads we have in here, because I see here we have a big chunk of the extras. And I do love to work with romantic story threads. They are very silky kind of, and they go pretty much very nice. And I think it's maybe even 100% maybe, I don't know if it's cotton or not, because when I try, how to know if, I know this is getting to DIY tutorial, to see if this is natural threads or synthetic, cut little piece and burn with lighter. The synthetic will melt and the natural threads will burn really fast, so be careful, don't burn your fingers. Use maybe like a tweezers to hold it. Because when I started to stitch my vase, Asian vase, and I have the, you know, like a zip fire to cut my threads, when I try to zip and try to catch on fire, I was like, wow, what is going on? So that was like a natural threads. And some of them was actually plasticky. So I guess not all of them natural. You will have to test it out if you wish. But just a little tiny hint how to know if you have natural threads or have some synthetic in them. Now, here is more, and this one is 29. So this is the one that we have extra. This is what the threads looks like in this palette, and we have a whole empty palette for me later to put some leftover threads if I need to. And then let's see these colors. I love their threads, and you know why? Also, they are very nice and long cut, like long cut. Meter long, sometimes even longer. One time I measured them, and let me show you this way. The palette in here absolutely gorgeous, of course, for all those leaves and roses. And of course, for those who don't like to stitch on 14 count because your eyes may be not very strong, this is perfect. This will be perfect. 11 count, and it's not very big. Like, it's not very big. Plus 11 count, it's so easy to stitch, especially you have here half stitches that all this like a background, I think you just have to like a half stitch, so it's even double speed your progress on a stitching. So let me know if we should tackle this one and maybe start a little bit on it to see how this is going to look like. Okay, I will look forward to your comments. So I'm actually was scared that this is not because when I look on this first, what I saw, it was like this, and it's like, oh my god, it wasn't Joy Sunday. But then when I flip and I saw the cover, I was like, oh, thank goodness. So I was happy after that. Okay, so now we have another 3 canvases in here from Joy Sunday, and all of them are flowers. So I will start with the skinniest one. If you do not know yet, I absolutely adore flowers. Well, actually the other flowers as well. So yeah, this time I went without even thinking, all flowers. I didn't even realize that. I was in a mood for the flowers. You can see what this will be already. And this is just a very simple design of wild poppy flowers. You can see that it looks like a pixelate, not much colors up there. There will be no back stitching, I believe. Very, very, very simple stitching. And I like the simplicity of it. And plus, it's a poppy flowers. I love poppy flowers, any kind, any color. I'm just so happy to see them, and when I see them on a field just blooming wild, it's always make me look, and oh, how beautiful that is with the green grass. Love, love, love poppy flowers. Never have enough of them, and I do have a lots of diamond painting with the poppy flowers. So this canvas is 14 count, and the size 36 by 31 centimeters, and I believe I never told you the size of this canvas. So it's okay, 11 count, so this is 54 by 32 centimeters. Okay, so 36 by 31 this one, and it's called The Flowers Are in Full Bloom. Okay, let's think about, let's guess how many colors this could be. I always kind of count like this. I just want to see if I will be right or not, and don't worry, I never look how much. I never open them without you. So I would say a red, 1 color, green, 2 color, I see purple, I see black, and I see orange. So it's a 5 colors. Now for the shading, let's add another, maybe, well, I would say around 20-25 colors. Let's see if I'm right. Not here. Ah, I was so close. First time. It's actually 19. So I pushed my luck to 25 because I was hoping to get more, but that was close. 19 colors in here. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough, 20 colors for this, because this poppy flowers looks really, really simple in here. So here's the beautiful pattern. I love Joy Sunday print them very big, like big squares, so you can see symbols very well if you want to do a counted cross stitch on even smaller count fabric, and I like that. So yes, as I was saying, this is only full cross stitch, that's it, nothing else in here. So very, very simple, very little, which even it's a very little, well, let's just say medium size, because there's so many cross stitch that is like very, very tiny image, right? And here that's how it looks like on a canvas. Always have beautiful borders around. Print nice and clean, nothing is smudged. Even look at this, I will show you this line of the symbols, how beautiful it's printed. You can see such a clear numbers to recognize what you have to stitch. And Joyce they always have color blocks plus symbols, and I like that because it's not too many color blocks similar in colors, so it's really kind of like a easy, you can see them from far difference. And they always, every canvas is stitched around. Well, that's beautiful. Now it's going to be lots of bright colors of red in here and some orange in here. 2 needles is always with the like a golden holes up there. And here it is, very, very vibrant and colorful. So if you're looking for something not so big and comfy to stitch, this would be the one. That's it, 19 colors. Plus it is partial, so you can stitch this very fast. All these white parts you don't have to stitch. And if we have a beginners today on my channel, please watch some of my beginners tips, tricks, tutorials, how to stitch on a printed canvas. I have some video tutorials so you can a little bit better see how to work with this kind of canvases. And also there is a videos how to wash them after you're done. So that's lots of information up there you can find for yourself if you never ever try cross stitch before. And I have so many lovely comments. Thank you so very much for those who my fault that you started cross stitch because my video make you to try and you totally fall in love with the printed canvases cross stitch. I am so glad to hear that. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be your influencer on that note, because it is lots of fun to have a cross stitch. Now let's see, and next one in size will be 14 count Ada as well, 44 centimeters by 32 centimeters rose basket. Let's see this roses now in the basket. There's just so many beautiful canvases in the store. Check it out, link as always will be under my video, so you don't have to search. I do all the job for you. And here it is. Here is that. Another beautiful, very simple design. I decided to pick this time a very simple design. The only thing I knew this one will be like complicated because of the colors, and you can tell already there's lots of things going on in here. But this one I can tell you there is going to be no back stitch or any other stitching, just full stitching. Look at this basket with beautiful roses, different kind of roses, full roses, looks like a tea roses. Nice arrangement, and basket looks beautiful up there, design. So also partial, because you don't have to stitch where you see white spots. And let's see how many colors we have in here. Oh, do we have a back stitch in here? Do we? Because I see some outline in here. I don't see any. Oh yeah, now when I look very close I can see something. So we do maybe have, just a minute. Oh yes, we do. Okay, so full stitch 21, 41. Whoa, I love this. 41 color in full stitch, and then we have 2 colors in back stitch, which I totally did not see it because the print is so fine. But now when I look in more close, not everywhere, but some of the flowers, for example, this flowers is outlined. My nails will match my flowers. Okay, sorry about that. So yes, I can see now that in here we have a little bit outline, not every rose, but if I can show you this pattern in here, you can see those blue lines. That's where back stitching go, and some of them, pretty much lots of them in here. This rose, this flowers, and this flowers is outlined. So not everything, but also we have in here in yellow, like a second backstitch color, different flowers. So I guess almost every flower in here outlined. No, just this big ones. You don't have to outline, but the little tiny roses, like those yellow ones, and this one you don't have to outline. Okay, no outlining on the leaves, which you can add by yourself if you wish. You can even outline the basket if you want to create like a lines all the way around. Anyway, that looks interesting. Okay, so we do have some back stitching in here. Surprise, surprise. Did I mention? Yes, 41 colors in full stitch and 2 colors in back stitch. Okay. Now let's see those beautiful, oh, so many pretty pinks in here. Oh, such a gorgeous palette of colors. 2 needles as always. Let me show you first all the colors. This is the first layer of them. Then we have second layer of threads. Oh, those pinks, so pretty. Will be so much fun to stitch with them. Look how shiny they look like. And then another in here, colors. Gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful, these purples. All right, that's nice. And then let's check it out, canvas itself. There you go. Always nice, good wide borders. On the sides, it's even more wider than 5 centimeters. In here, pretty much probably 5 centimeters. Now, canvas looks absolutely perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's beautiful canvas. That's beautiful. Look at that print on it. Looks so nice and neat. Yeah, love it. Oh, if I could, which I could, and I really want to, like, I would start them all. If I could just have longer life, I would start them all. I'm just afraid not to finish some. All right, so now we have, okay, so far so good. So far so good. Nothing is confusing or wrong. We have one more left, and this one is the biggest one. And I do have some kind of plan for this one because the way designed this flower, you can create some 3D project if you are a creator. Okay, so here it is. Look at this beautiful lotus or water lily. What is it? Okay, so it's a lotus. It's called here lotus 1. Size for a 14 count Ada. It's 48 by 48 centimeters. So it's a perfect square. And you know what I think? This will create a perfect pillowcase for throwing your sofa or bed, chair. Yeah, I think it's perfect for the pillow. Yep. Love, love, love. All the shading on the petals will be, or petals. I almost say like a petals, but petals. It's just the way I pronounce. Sometimes maybe you hear some different words, but it's not what I meant. So my apology for that. Gorgeous. So let's see how many colors we have in here. Oh, look at the beautiful. But I don't like the shiny pages. That's the problem. And this one, oh, that one roses shiny pages too. Full stitch in 33 colors, and I think that's it. I think that's all we have. No other surprises. No. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so that's it. Only 33 colors of full stitch. Very simple, but 14 count. So sometimes if you think it's not big enough count for you, you can search it up, and time from time you can find same cross stitch that I showing you, but you can find them in a different count if you're more comfortable with the 11 count, let's say. But because this is 14 count and it's a big size, so look, I don't want to have like a pillow cushion even bigger size than this one. Oh, it's so colorful. So this is like a perfect size in 14 count. In 11 that would be like just a way too big, I think, from my opinion. Print as sharp as could be. Look how beautiful the numbers and everything printed. And the canvas is just gorgeous, gorgeous. It will be so easy to stitch. All those lines connecting to each other, so you just go and go. No single stitches whatsoever probably in here. Everything is coordinating together. Lovely, very lovely. And I think it looks beautiful. Of course, see, I'm not sure how much this will look like the pictures, because for example on a regular paper it look more vibrant and more kind of pinkish. In here more kind of to the orangey, so different, see, like difference in the color. So ink, not what you will have, it's what we have in here when we put down. And this colors pretty much kind of look like this paper in here, so it will look pretty much like here. Let's see. Oh, so excited, so excited. Needles here, I always check for needles first, just make sure they don't poke a hole and fall in here somewhere. Now here is our 3 colors in here. That's a, I don't even know if I own this kind of color like in here. This is very beautiful. Okay, it's showing you on a camera brighter, so when I go down a little bit, that's the natural color, because when I go up my chandelier lighten up a little bit color. So original color, that's what you see right now. Okay, so maybe I should show you colors from far away so you can see originality of it. Let's see what you see. Yeah, oh, this is pretty much the natural color, deep like that. Those pinks are so pretty, gorgeous. And let me just show you more close. It's a little bit more brighter right now, but I really love this one. The way it shows you as like in a darker area. Where's the camera? Yeah, I'm sure you can see, right? Because now it's natural color. Love it, love it. And then we have some more. Some of them have like many in here, just like a one thread for 1, 2, 3, 4 colors just in one thread. On this side we just have 2 colors in one thread. So yeah, here's the colors for this one side. Another deep color. So let's see them together. That should create beautiful combo for the shade and all this 3. Usually to see how they will look like, grab 3 colors and kind of like twist them together, and that's the shading that you will see how they will blend together. Isn't it gorgeous? So I think this flowers will be very, very beautiful when you stitch, when you wash and all the ink is gone. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now for those who wants to create this cross stitch into the cushion, maybe first try to experiment with your threads to kind of cut little piece and try to kind of rub all the time with the clothes or something, because some of the threads will flatten as you using them. See, if we stitch picture, we put on a wall behind a glass, it stays non-touch, and this thread is not crawling up as you stitch. They are very nice to stitch with. But if you're using it as a cushion and you will sit on it and put behind your back, the threads could start to fluffen up. So maybe test it out first and see if you like the idea or not. Unless if you create this kind of beauty, I don't think you want to use it. You just want to display it as a showcase. Well, that's what I would do, because I have a whole bunch of other cushions just like a butt from the store to use it behind my back, and this one would be like a centerpiece to show to everybody the gorgeousness. So on this note, this video already long enough because I keep chit-chatting too much. What do you think, my friends? What do you think? I think they are amazing. Let me show you one more time all them together, and you can help me to decide which one you like better or which one I like better. Okay, so let's see. What can I say? I say my favorite from this four, I would say this roses, because I love its romantic story and have a different kind of stitching. And then would be this one, because it's a beautiful 3D project you can create. Also, you can create any from this one, cushions, or like, you know, to implement them into the 3D project, but they are just a little bit longer and not full stitch. So to stitch this to some kind of project as a 3D, you might want to switch, I would say switch from a count of Ada to maybe like an even stitch, so you don't see those holes, but that would be complicated, right? Okay, so here's what we have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much, ENJOYSELLS. That is amazing, amazing kits. I love them all, and I cannot believe I picked all the flowers without even thinking. Yes, it's official. I love flowers. All right, my dear friends, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next episode, which is tomorrow.